This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, October 25th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. In some news that turned out as we thought it would, the longest-serving state Senate president in the United States has decided to step aside from his role as president of the Maryland Senate. Yes, Senate President Mike Miller, who was first selected to lead the Maryland Senate in 1987, announced yesterday that due to his health, he would step aside as president of the Senate. However, he was still going to remain as a senator representing Calvert, Charles, and Prince George's County. After the announcement, Senate Democrats selected a new leader in Bill Ferguson, who represents Baltimore City in the 46th District. Now, prior to assuming the new leadership position, Ferguson will have to go before the entire Senate, 47 members, for a vote. It's unclear when that vote may take place. My guess is probably within the week. Back in January of 19, Miller announced that he was battling stage 4 prostate cancer, and he vowed to serve as long as he was able. Miller said the decision to step aside from his position was made in the last week in consultation with his doctors. Upon hearing the news, Governor Larry Hogan sent out a statement saying, as the longest continuously serving presiding officer in the nation, President Miller has been a strong unifying leader for the legislature and the state. His steady presence and trademark humor will be deeply missed as president, but we are pleased to know that Mike will continue to represent the people of District 27 in the Senate. I have immense respect for Mike Miller. For the past year, he has shown us all what courage and determination look like as he faces a very tough personal battle. As we celebrate his historic tenure as president of the Senate, Maryland's First Lady and I ask all Marylanders to join us in praying for him and his family. About 9 days ago, the Annapolis Police Department was investigating a bank robbery at the Wells Fargo Bank at 930 Bay Ridge Road. A man entered the bank, handed an employee a note demanding money, and implied that he had a weapon. He received the money and fled the business on foot. Well, through some investigation and some assistance from the FBI, Annapolis Police have now identified that man as Fletcher Dorsett. He's 51 years old, and he frequents the Annapolis and the Eastern Shore area. The FBI says that he is wanted for at least 3 other bank robberies which are not within the city of Annapolis. If anybody has any information about the incident or knows where Dorsett might be, they're urged to contact the Annapolis Police Department at 410-260-3439. If you do go to eyeonannapolis.net, we do have photos of Dorsett, both a recent booking photo as well as surveillance footage from when he robbed the bank on Bay Ridge Road. Just before 8 p.m. last night, the Arundel County Fire Department and the Police Department were dispatched for a shooting near the intersection of Audrey Avenue and Ruth Street in Brooklyn Park. An alert page went out stating that the victim may have been in trauma arrest, which means that he had passed away, and that the scene was not secure, which means that the shooter was unaccounted for. At about 8:40 last night, the police tweeted out that detectives were investigating it, that the victim had been transported to an area hospital. We are waiting for an update on this, and we will bring that to you a little bit later today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net. At Wednesday's Board of Education meeting, Superintendent George Arlotto was questioned by District 5 board member Dana Schalheim about a written protocol regarding sexual assault in the schools. This all stems from the recent sexual assault that took place in September at Arundel High's homecoming dance. When questioned about the written protocols, he said that the district did not have any. Now, yesterday morning, he did back off of that. He sent out a statement saying, during last night's Board of Education meeting, in response to questions from board members, I made an erroneous statement when I said that our school system had no written protocols for handling sexual assault reports. In my mind, I was thinking of a publicly published protocols, but nonetheless, the thought I expressed to those in attendance and those watching the meeting was incorrect. I apologize for that mistake. Our school system does have established protocols detailed in a chart of appropriate steps and actions that is adaptable depending on the nature of the case. As I alluded to last night, that information is used in principal trainings on this subject. The chart is now available to the public on the Student Support Services section of the school's website. Halloween is less than a week away, and with Halloween, unfortunately, comes some danger lurking in candy. Just a reminder for parents of little kids, make sure you inspect all of your kids' candy before you let them eat, and to take it one step further, Patient First in Annapolis is offering free medical x-rays of the candy. Again, you should always inspect the Halloween candy first, but you can bring it in to Patient First anytime between October 26th and November 3rd. Bring it in a bag. They will be able to digitally x-ray it. The X-ray would be able to show the presence of any harmful objects like glass, metal, or plastic. The nearest patient first here in Annapolis is at 2051 West Street. There is one up in Pasadena as well, so keep that in mind as you reap the rewards of trick-or-treating. Hey, and as we wrap up, make sure you're checking out our Legacy Business Series. We've been continuing this thing since April, and up this Saturday at noon, that's when they all drop. It was a real fun one for me. This was up at Dogwood Acres Pet Resort in Davidsonville, so make sure you check that out. It drops at noon on Saturday. All right, well, that does it for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. If you're someplace where you can leave us a recommendation or a review, please do that and let your friends and family know about us. That's how we do grow. It is Friday, so we, of course, do have a long list of things that you may want to consider doing this weekend, and it's a pretty good list if you ask me. Of course, like we have every day, we have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast, and all of that is coming up in just 1 minute after this word from Mac Medics.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Mac Medics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, October 25th. The last 2 days have been near perfect weather-wise across the Annapolis region, and today will only add to the nice stretch of late October weather with tons of sunshine, light winds, and highs 65 to 72, which should be ideal for Game 3 of the World Series in D.C., with temps near 60 at the scheduled 8:07 p.m. start time. As for the upcoming weekend, it'll be much like last weekend, with a fairly nice Saturday, especially through early to mid-afternoon, before clouds and a chance of showers moves in later in the day, ahead of what should be a fairly gray and wet Sunday. So if you're heading out for Navy football or the Homestead Gardens Fall Festival, conditions should be good to go, and Game 4 of the World Series should be okay too in D.C., though there could be some showers in the region during the game, so take a pullover or a poncho just in case, even though the expectation at this point is for the game to be played in full. As for Sunday, though, it is likely to be a gray, wet day on the whole, which could have an impact on the scheduled 8:07 p.m. start time of Game 5 of the World Series in D.C., if it is needed at all, since the Nats are already up 2-0, and could potentially sweep the Astros in 4 with wins both tonight and tomorrow night. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMD VA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Dirty house? Call a spouse. That's right. Facts are, men don't always listen when it comes to cleaning the house. Spouses Cleaning Houses does. They clean almost anything. Fridge, oven, tub, showers, walls, porches, floors, ceilings, carpets, upholstery, tables, counters, pictures, mirrors, lights, fans, windows. They even take out the trash. Spouses Cleaning Houses has more than 13 years experience maintaining sparkling clean homes in and around Annapolis with respect and dedication. The friendly and flexible cleaning professionals at Spouses listen, understand, and act to meet nearly all your cleaning requests. For that breath of fresh air, clean feel, call a spouse at 410-571-9428 or at spousescleaninghouses.com. Just in time for your summer get-togethers, they're offering a spectacular summer savings, 20% off your first cleaning. That's right, save 20%. Just call a spouse, 410-571-9428 or at spousescleaninghouses.com. Spouses Cleaning Houses. Men may not listen. The spouses do.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Hey, lots going on this weekend, and actually you can probably thread the needle if you can get it all done today and tomorrow. Looks like a chance of rain on Sunday, but remember, this is the last weekend for Homestead Gardens Fall Festival, so if you need any last-minute Halloween treats or decorations, that's a great place to go, and also a lot of fun for the kids. If you want to get started tonight, Halloween party and costume contest at 8 p.m. at Pirates Cove Restaurant down in Galesville. This is one of the best ones around, and I'll tell you, those guys from the Irish Restaurant Company, they do a great job throwing a great party, and you couldn't have asked for a better venue down there in Galesville. Also a little bit in South County, it is the last weekend for the Escape Room at London Town Gardens. This is the Ferguson Tavern. You're locked in the house while the innkeeper has gone to get groceries. She wants you to stay. You want to leave. You have an hour. Try to get out. You can find out more information and get tickets at historiclondontown.org. If sitting on a chair and watching a movie is more your thing, head on over to the SoFo Movie Under the Stars. That's going to be happening right next to the Annapolis Neck Library, which is right there sort of near Quiet Waters Park. You're going to have food from Grump's Cafe, free popcorn, ice cream from Brewster's, beer and wine garden from Bay Ridge Wine and Spirits. Lots of fun. You can find out more at sofoannapolis.com, and that's SOFO. Sliding into Saturday, the Annapolis Town Center is having a great fall festival. This gets underway at noon, goes till about 4 p.m. They're going to have a pumpkin patch, a hay maze, petting zoo, train rides, food, drinks, and much, much more. And as with everything except for the shopping at the Annapolis Town Center, it is free. Check that out. Of course, Saturday afternoon, we've got Navy Tulane. It is Navy's homecoming game. Kickoff is at 3:30. And you want to make sure you're following us here. We'll be setting out some audio updates as well as Twitter at Eye on Annapolis for all the game action as Navy takes on Tulane. This is a critical game. They may be bowl eligible with a win. Tomorrow night over in Arnold, Mothers is celebrating, I can't believe this, 7 years. This is their 7th anniversary party. It gets underway at 1 p.m. and it goes to the wee hours. You're going to have the Jarflies playing, Pilgrim and Trout, the Dave Teef Band. It'll be inside, it'll be outside. Free oysters while they last, cotton candy, lawn bowling, cornhole, prizes, Jaeger machine, ice luges, 75 different craft beers, fresh fruit crushes, pit beef, bratwurst. You name it, it'll be a good party. I'll tell you, Dave and the crew over there at Mothers do throw a good party. And happy 7th birthday to Mothers. That's kind of neat. Back here in Annapolis at the Eastport Democratic Club, you've got the Annapolis Pride Halloween Party, and this will be a blast. It goes from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Eastport Democratic Club on State Street. Tickets are $20. They will have a costume contest, photo booth, music, food, cash bar, and a whole lot of fun guaranteed. 21 and up, $20 gets you in the door. More information at annapolispride.org. As we slide into Sunday, if you want to do some good, there will be a Newtown cleanup in the Newtown 20 neighborhood in Woodside Gardens. Gets underway at noon. You can join the Street Angel Project, Networking in Annapolis, the Naptown Anti-Dope Movement, and the City of Annapolis, as well as several community leaders in cleaning up the area. Should be wrapped up by 2 p.m., and then afterwards they will have a cookout with a live DJ. And it should be a family fun event on Sunday. Also doing something really good for the community. And finally, wrapping up the weekend, London Town Symphony Orchestra's Family Halloween Concert. This is going on at the Key Auditorium at St. John's College. It goes from about 3 to 5 p.m. It will be a fun afternoon. Students are free. Adult tickets are only $20, and tickets for seniors are only $10. And it will have all sorts of spooky Halloween-type movie put on by the London Town Symphony Orchestra. And if you haven't had a chance to see London Town Symphony Orchestra do that, they are a really good orchestra. Tickets are available at the door. All right, that is a lot of things you need to choose from this weekend. Pick 1 or 2 or 3 of them. Have fun. Be safe. We'll see you here on Monday, but whatever you do, have a great weekend.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.